The honourable member for Banks.
Mr Speaker, my question is directed to the Prime Minister. Can the Prime Minister inform the House whether the government intends to consult the community as it draws up the budget over the next few months?
The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, the whole
Order.
From 1983, the government has developed a consultative consensus model in its policy settings in this country, beginning with the National Economic Summit in the chamber of the old Parliament House, and from that time onwards, we've not only consulted widely with industry, but we've published much more information about public policy than any government before us. Before we became the government, the then government wouldn't even publish forward estimates, much less information on the economy. We've changed all that, and including setting up other instruments of information such as EPAC, as well as giving industry-wide references, economy-wide references to the Industry Commission for a decision. And One Nation again was set in the philosophy of that cooperation, which underpins it, and of course the same sort of that is cooperation and discussion will obviously precede the budget. But of course we do not share the Coalition's view, Mr Speaker, that policy should be formulated in a laboratory. This is what happened, of course, with Fightback, which was invented in some high-tech laboratory and had all the human care for human detail you get from a computer and someone with an MBA. And about the only exciting thing on it was an exclamation mark, which tried to put a human face on it. The fact is, Mr Speaker, Fightback is dead. Fightback is dead, and it reminds me of that skit, that Monty Python skit. Reminds me of the Monty Python skit, Mr Speaker, when John,
the Leader of the Opposition,
when a customer came back to Cleese, who was a proprietor, talking about a dead parrot he'd purchased from him. And Cleese told him,
Order. Members of the government will cease interjecting. Order. The House will come to order. The member for Isaacs has a point of order.
Point of order, sir, is under Standing Order 145. I hardly think that a joke about Monty Python has got anything to do with the question that was asked of the Prime Minister. And I'd ask you to get him to get back to the question.
Order. Order. The House will come to order. Honourable members are obviously being a bit overtaxed by the late night sittings. Now we'll just have a little bit less mirth and a little bit more order. There's no point of order. The Prime Minister is in order.
Mr Speaker,
if members on my left continue to interject, I'll deal with them.
Police said to the customer that the parrot was just hibernating. It's dormant, he said. It's temporarily paralysed. It's lost its power of speech. But the customer said, no, it's dead.
For Bruce will cease interjecting.
It's no more. It's a late parrot. Now, Mr Speaker, the opposition have got a dead parrot on their hands. They've got Fightback. And the fact is, now they are about to embark upon a bizarre ritual to breathe life back into it. And we see today they're going to have a US-style convention, a fair, a policy fair in Sydney where thousands will come, and they're expecting the thousands to come. Businesses will have a choice of three size booths, so you can actually take a booth, a $750 booth, a $2,500 booth or a $10,000 booth. But the Federal Director of the Liberal Party, Andrew Robb, said last night policy debate would not be a big focus of the convention.
Order.
And he said,
order.
Another way of saying it is that Fightback is bereft of life and rests in peace, but people can come and pay homage to it, you see. You can see how much endorsement it's had. Fightback, not the Bible for me, says the new Liberal Party leader in Western Australia, Richard Court.
The member for Menzies on a point of order. Order. Members on my right will cease interjecting. The member for Menzies on a point of order.
The question to the Honourable Prime Minister was specifically on the budget and what consultation he and his government would carry out in the framing of that budget. It had nothing to do with what the opposition would do in relation to Fightback, and I can't see at all how you can rule that this question or this answer is now relevant.
Order. The Prime Minister will come back to the question. The Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Liberal Party's fight-back policy has died. They're now going to have a fair. There's going to be no policy debate. No policy debate, no real consultation, no discussion about policy, Unlike the government, who's continually meeting and talking with the business community, the fact is, Mr. Speaker, in the language of Monty Python, Fight Back has joined the choir invisible. It's had it. It's gone. It's defunct. It's no more. It's late. It's a late Fight Back. And the fact is, Mr. Speaker, that this person over here has run out of ideas. Fight Back's nothing but a nasty tax on consumption, which tries to transfer wealth from the low paid to the high paid. He's being found out, and now of all things we're going to be subject to the most flim-flam proposition of all, some sort of convention about Fight Back and nonsense at the Liberal Party state fair.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. You've drawn to the attention of the Prime Minister on a number of occasions about the relevance of his answer. He has flagrantly disobeyed your ruling, and I ask you to take the appropriate action.
I think the Prime Minister's completed his answer.
And now for something completely different.
Hello, I wish to register a complaint. Hello, miss? What do you mean, miss? Oh, I'm sorry, I have a cold. I wish to make a complaint.
Oh, sorry, we're closing for lunch.
Never mind that, my lad. I wish to complain about this parrot, what I purchased not half an hour ago from this very boutique.
Oh, yes, the Norwegian blue. What's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it, my lad. It's dead. That's what's wrong with it.
No, it's resting, look.
Look, my lad, I know a dead parrot when I see one, and I'm looking at one right now.
No, that's not dead, it's resting.
Resting?
Yeah, resting. Remarkable bird, the Norwegian blue, isn't it? Beautiful plumage.
The plumage don't enter into it. It's stone dead.
No, it's resting.
All right, then, if it's resting, I'll wake it up. Hello, Polly! I've got a nice fresh cuttlefish for you if you wake up, Mr. Polly Parrot!
There, he moved.
No, he didn't. That was you pushing the cage.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Hello, Polly! Wakey, wakey! Rise and shine! This is your 9 o'clock alarm call! Now that's what I call a dead parrot.
No, he's stunned.
Stunned?
Yeah, you stunned him just as he was waking up. Norwegian blue stun easily.
Oh, my lord, I've had enough of this. That parrot is definitely deceased. And when I bought it not half an hour ago, you assured me that its total lack of movement was due to it being tired and shagged out after a long squawk.
Well, he's pining for the fields.
Pining for the fjords? What kind of talk is that? Look, why did it fall flat on its back the moment I got it home?
Oh, well, the Norwegian blue prefers keeping on its back. Beautiful plumage.
Look, I took the liberty of examining that parrot, and I discovered that the only reason that it had been sitting on its perch in the first place was that it had been nailed there.
Oh, but of course it was nailed there. I mean, if I hadn't nailed it there, it would have muscled up to those bars and boom!
Look here, mate. This parrot wouldn't boom if you put 4,000 volts through it. It's bleeding demised.
No, it's pining.
It's not pining. It's passed on. This parrot is no more. It has ceased to be. It's expired and gone to see its maker. This is a late parrot. It's a stiff, bereft of life. It rests in peace. If you hadn't nailed it to the perch, it would be pushing up the daisies. It's rung down the curtain and joined the choir invisible. This is an ex-parrot.
Well, I'd better replace it then. If you want to get anything done in this country, you've got to complain till you're blue in the mouth. Sorry, Squire, I've had a look. We're right out of parrots. I see. I get the picture. I've got a slug. Does it talk? Not really. Well, it's scarcely a replacement then, is it? Listen, I didn't want to work in a pet shop. I wanted to be a lumberjack.
I'm sorry, this is irrelevant, isn't it?
Yes! A lumberjack! Leaping from tree to tree as they float down the mighty rivers of British Columbia. The giant redwood. The larch. The fir. The mighty Scotch pine.
What about my bloody parrot?
The smell of fresh-cut timber. The crash of mighty trees. With my best girl by my side, we'd sing, sing, sing. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory. On Wednesday I go shopping and have buttered scones for tea.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory. On Wednesday he goes shopping and has buttered scones for tea. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I skip and jump, I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars.
He cuts down trees, he skips and jumps, he likes to press wildflowers. He puts on women's clothing and hangs around in bars. He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa. I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders and a bra. I wish I'd been a girlie, just like my dear papa.
Oh, baby!